And the thing is, girls want to feel like they fit with you. They want to feel like they fit into your world. They're going to feel like, no, because if you dress like this, you probably hang around these type of people, you go to these types of places. Like, they will judge you heavily on your aesthetic. So you have to be careful about the way that you present yourself. Not only is your fit on point, right? Not only is it stylish, but what does it say about you? What is the message that you're sending to the women? What up, YouTube? It's your boy Marv Over Matter back with another video. And today what I'm going to talk about is the importance of your aesthetic as a handsome man, right? The importance of your aesthetic as a handsome man. So I've touched on style before, right? I've touched on style. I don't give guys style tips in my videos, you know what I'm saying? Because there's different styles for different guys, and you know, you have to match your style to you. Nobody can tell you specifically how to dress. They can help you improve or tweak on the way that you dress already. But if you lean in a certain direction, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the direction you lean in. If you on your own want to change it to something else because it resonates with you, cool. But don't change it because you think this is what's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to fit you. You have to feel confident in it. So that's really the reason I don't like tell guys specifically what to wear. All right, but the way you present yourself is important, and I've definitely touched on that. The way you present yourself, I've mentioned how being clean cut can help you in certain regards. You know what I'm saying? If, let's say, you're intimidating and you make yourself more clean cut, that might make you presentable. That might make you approachable, to certain women that you may not have been otherwise, right? So the presentation is important. The style is important, right? I've touched on these type of things. But I do want to touch on a topic that's in that realm, but it's a bit more specific, I would say. And I came up with this video concept for two reasons, right? One reason was I was having a conversation with a subscriber who you guys probably have seen him giving advice in my comment section. He gives really good advice, right? I'm not a hater. He gives really, really good advice, and he mentioned this topic, the aesthetic topic, when he's giving advice. A lot of times, especially if I'm talking about style, he'll talk about aesthetic. But another reason is I've been watching a lot of like Pop the Balloon videos. I'm sure you guys have seen them. And if you haven't, check them out. It's very educational. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching it to see how the women react to certain men, so that I can get that information and bring it back to you guys. Kind of like filter it through what I know about women, about the game, and then kind of like deliver it to you guys. So that's something that I've noticed. A lot of the times when the women will pop a balloon, it's because, well, the main reason is if they're not attracted, right? If they're just not attracted to the guy, they'll pop the balloon, and sometimes they'll give like another reason, like, oh, you know, his style or whatever, or I don't like a bald head, or, you know what I'm saying, they'll use height, and they use these types of things, like these disqualifiers, like height, bald head, even style sometimes, when they're just not attracted and they don't want to say that, right? But some of the women will say that. Like, I've seen episodes where women are just straight up like, yeah, I don't like his face. The way he's dressed is great. I love his height. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like his face, right? So there's sometimes they will say that, right? Or they'll talk about body type. Sometimes a guy will be too skinny for them, or they'll be like, hey, I want a guy that's in the gym a little bit more, or, you know, whatever it is, right? But sometimes they'll just be like, he's not my type. I don't like his face, right? But when the second reason after that, right? Because like I said, the height, the bald head, all that stuff is they're disqualifiers when they don't already find you attractive. If you don't have the other stuff and then you have that on top of it, that's just an easy target. But the main reason, besides the face, is the style, right? So they'll talk about style. They'll talk about, okay, yeah, I didn't like how his pants were too short. I didn't like how, you know, he had too many chains on or whatever. And I meant to mention, I'm watching the black pop the balloon videos, right? These are with black women, so they're very straightforward. They're very honest about what they think about the men that they're judging, right? The men that are coming out, they don't really pull punches. They're not. Some of them are, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more subtle with the way that they'll turn the guys down, but some of them are very like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't like his face. I don't like this, right? So this is a more honest pool of women that we're talking about, right? At least when it comes to openly disqualifying men. But back to what I was saying, they'll disqualify guys for these little things in their fits. Like, okay, I didn't like this. You wearing a graphic tee. You should be wearing this. I don't like the way you wear a hat. I don't like the way you wore this, right? So they'll say all that, right? But sometimes it'll be a man that comes out, he's well dressed, right? He dresses, his swag's on point. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's upscale, whether it's streetwear, whether it's whatever, they'll acknowledge that, right? And this is what I mean by aesthetic, right? They'll acknowledge that for this type of style that he has, he's on point. If he's wearing streetwear, they'll be like, I love the jeans, I love the sneakers, I love the belt with it, I love the way the chain looks good with it. You got the bling, you got the accessories, it all looks good, you know what I'm saying? The hat looks good. But that doesn't fit me. Right? That doesn't fit me. And that, I was watching it for a little bit and I wasn't picking up on that at first. I was like, okay, what's wrong with the style? What's wrong with the style? But I realized it's not the style that is the problem. It's you don't fit me, right? So what do they mean when they say you don't fit me? It's like when we go out together, we don't match, right? So I'll give you an example. So if there's a girl who she dresses very like, I don't know, upscale, we'll say, very, very upscale. She's got the blazer on with the skirt, the dress skirt that matches, and she's very upscale, and maybe she looks like, even almost business attire-y, right? And then you come out and you got, some Yeezys on, some Amiri jeans, whatever whatever you wearing, you know what I'm saying? Like, you look good, you swagged out, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? You got that, you got it on, right? But when y'all go out together, y'all not gonna look like a pair. You're not gonna match. You're not gonna look like you came together. You're not gonna look like you're even in the same type of social circles, the same world, really. So you can have a good style, and you can be stylish, and you can be on point, and like for your style, you're on point. But if that aesthetic doesn't match her aesthetic, she's also gonna say no, right? That's also a no. It's like she can acknowledge that what you put together is put together well, but it does not fit her. And the thing is, girls want to feel like they fit with you. They want to feel like they fit into your world. They're going to feel like, no, because if you dress like this, you probably hang around these type of people, you go to these types of places. Like, they will judge you heavily on your aesthetic. So you have to be careful about the way that you present yourself. Not only is your fit on point, right? Not only is it stylish, but what does it say about you? What is the message that you're sending to the women, right? Now, it's up to you what message you want to send to the women. So you don't want to just, like I said, same thing with style. You want to be comfortable with the message that you're giving. You want it to be realistic. You want it to, accurately depict you. But you have to know that that is going to have an effect on the women that you're going to attract, right? So if you project the business, you got the suit on, you fly, you got the loafers, whatever it is that you're wearing, right? You have that type of look. And you pull up to a girl and she's dressed a little bit more hipster or dressed a little bit more whatever, but you're like, oh, but she's cute, right? For us, it doesn't matter as much, right? We thinking about what does she look like without the clothes anyways, right? That's what we thinking anyways. Like, okay, we looking at her body, okay, how does that look? How does this look? Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, but for them, they're thinking about it like, okay, well, how are we gonna look when we take pictures together? How are we gonna look when we're out in public? Like, are people gonna be looking at us like this? That, like, they're already thinking that off the rip. They're already thinking way beyond like just, oh, does he physically look attractive, right? They can acknowledge that you physically look attractive. Wow, you have a great body. I love that you're in the gym, all this stuff. But I don't know, something's not clicking. Like some of the women can't articulate it, and they'll be like, it's just not clicking. It doesn't feel like, the vibe's not there, right? They'll even say the vibe's not there. And the thing is, sometimes it is like sometimes you can watch it and see like, okay, these people's personalities would not mix, right? And that's cool. But then there's sometimes where they look like they would mix, but his aesthetic is different than hers. And she'll be like, the vibe's not really there. Like, I couldn't see us together. I couldn't see it, right? They just don't look like they match. And that's an important thing to understand when you're approaching women, when you're dealing with women. You have to know that, like, that's another reason. That's another thing you have to be aware of when it comes to, like, facing their rejection. They're not facing their rejection, but when it comes to understanding why they're going to reject you. It's not simply you're handsome, so you will get this girl, right? There was an episode. The girl was like, you are fine from your head to your ankles, but I don't like the fact that your ankles are showing. Your pants are too short. I don't see us like fitting together. I don't like the style is not matching, right? And this is a dude. No, none of the girls popped their balloon. They all were looking at him Like he was big, he was buff, he had the dreads, he was dark skinned, you know what I'm saying? He looked like that dude, that masculine dude that black women specifically like. But she was not feeling that. That little thing, that aesthetic difference made her like, nah, I don't really, I can't see us together. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of crazy that they put so much weight on it, because you can change your style, you can change it, whatever. But there's some truth to it, right? There's some truth to the fact that the way you present yourself is probably an indicator of the type of lifestyle that you live, right? You see a dude wearing skater gear, you're gonna assume he's a skater, whether he's a skater or a doctor, right? If you wouldn't expect your doctor to, on his days off, be wearing skater gear, right? It wouldn't really make sense. So you have to be aware that the way your aesthetic looks is what a woman is going to prejudge you on when she first lays eyes on you. So if she rejects you, it may not simply be because you're not attractive, or because it may not even be because your personality is off. You might have good social skills, you might be able to do everything, but she can't see y'all together because your aesthetic is not together. And so that is something that you need to be aware of. And if you're not currently presenting yourself, if your aesthetic doesn't match your lifestyle, switch that. You know what I'm saying? Switch that so that it does match. And then once it does match, you'll most likely attract women that fit into your life anyways. And it'll work for you. It'll work in your favor to do that, for your aesthetic to accurately depict yourself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the video for today, fellas. The importance of your aesthetic as a handsome man. It's not just about your face. It's not just about your body. It's about the way you present yourself to the world, i.e. style, but also specific style. So aesthetic, the way you come across, the way you it's your first impression, basically. It's your first impression to this woman about who you are. So you got to make sure that it is saying what you want it to say. All right, fellas, so like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. Drop some more topics in the comment section. Ask some more specific questions. You know, like I said, the conversation I had between one of my subscribers kind of reminded me to do this video. I was thinking about it, but when I had that conversation with him, it reinforced the importance of it. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, I definitely need to do this video. You know what I'm saying? So like engaging with you guys definitely helps, and it helps me give more information. And you know, it's cyclical. You know what I'm saying? One video leads to the next one, because you know, we're an interactive community. So free consultations in the bio, in the description box, Instagram in the description box, and you know what it is. It's Mind Over Matter, Marv Over Matter. Let's get it.